Hi, everybody. I'm Charlotte, and I'm the Gulf Coast Granny. And it's late. I'm live, and I just wanted to hang out tonight and see who might mosey in here and have a chit chat with me. I guess I'll just wait a little. You know what? This light is driving me nuts. I don't like it. Um, Anyhow, I got myself a new microphone, and I like it. Look, it's one of those wireless kind that you stick in the end of your phone, and then you wear this part, and it works great. And I was going to use it tonight, and then I realized I have to have a headset or some earbuds or something so I can hear what's going on in the video. Hey, Seventh Son, I'm doing great. How are you feeling? I have recovered. The only leftover little bit of COVID-ish stuff is that food still doesn't taste like it's supposed to. It's not terrible, and I can taste. It's just weird. Every now and then I'll get a hint of something that's different, or like a chemical taste or metallic-y type thing. Other than that, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm great. Everything's wonderful. But what I was saying is I can't use my new fancy wireless microphone now until I get a headset, because my old headset broke. Remember my red one? I used to have this red one that didn't even go in my ears, and I loved it. But I believe Poppy stepped on it and messed it up. If I was any better, I'd be twins. I love to hear that. I should have said that myself. This light's making me insane. There, that's better. Sorry for the shadows, but that ring light is trying to blind me, so I'm not going to do that this evening. But anyhow, I'm kind of disappointed that I can't use my new fancy thing here, but I wouldn't be able to hear a thing anybody was saying or hear myself even if I had it on. So you know what I mean, through the video thing. But yeah, how are you doing, Seventh Son? I'm so glad to see you. I don't know who's going to come in tonight, if anybody, but it'll just be us, and you can entertain me with your jokes, and I'll sit in here and just giggle. That's another thing that's been bothering me since I got sick, is I don't have a whole lot of energy. And I guess that'll come back. Hey, Dwayne, how are you, my friend? It's good to see you. Thanks for coming in tonight. Hey, John, how are you? My energy levels are in the toilet. I feel great. And I'll start to doing things around the house because, you know, I sit at home all the time. The least I can do is clean something, right? Or cook Poppy and the kids some dinner, and I'll get halfway through it and just really have to sit down. Hey, Joe Hupp, how are you doing? And I don't know if that's common in this recovery process, but I'm just exhausted halfway through doing anything. In fact, the other day, believe this or not, I was going to take a bike ride on my electric tricycle. And I don't know if y'all have seen the video of me riding my electric tricycle, but I was having problems with it, and Poppy fixed it with a new charge controller, which is kind of like the brains that tell the engine what to do and tell the battery where to put all the juice. And so that quit working too. So now I'm without transportation, and I'm really upset about it. And I love my bike. It's a tricycle. I love it. I think it's cute. I think it suits me. I think that with a great big floppy hat, I'm probably the most eccentric looking lady in our tiny little town. But that being said, I don't know if it's time for a new and improved tricycle, or if I should just get a new battery and a new motor and just a whole new kit and put it on the existing bike that I already have. And so I'm kind of juggling that because, of course, the new kit and the new battery all together is going to cost me somewhere around $500. Hey, Eagles Trekker. And then a new tricycle would cost me at the very least $1,500. So I'm trying to weigh it out. The thing is, if I buy a new electric tricycle, what will happen is it'll be under warranty. If I buy a new kit and a new battery and all that stuff separately and stick it on my bike, nothing will be warranted. It's all going to come from Amazon. It might be 30 days. I don't know. But anyhow, I'm just in a pickle over the whole stinking thing. Dwayne said there's an E. coli outbreak in daycares and many kids got sicker. Now, is that in Canada? The government was negligent. How was that? I don't understand, Dwayne. You have to tell me how the government was negligent. Joe says it's hot here today. My mental health is taking an absolute butt licking at the moment. Oh my, Joe. Details. Good. Yeah. That, Seventh Son, that's kind of where I'm at with that. As far as good money after bad, I don't know which one's a better idea. Maybe I'm just silly. I thought you needed help. What do I need help with? Hang on. Oh, I wanted Dwayne to help me figure out how's the government negligent because of an E. coli outbreak. That's what I wanted to know. Because seems to me like they couldn't do a whole lot about that. I could be wrong. Is Marcel in here? Hey, Marcel, how are you this evening? Do you want me to send you a link? Oh, Joe, I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. I've had my bouts of anxiety throughout my lifetime, and let me tell you a little secret that I learned. If you have anxiety attacks, I understand that with anxiety disorders, I'm not going to say how I know this, but with anxiety, there's always some level of anxiety that's usually higher than the rest of society, right? Or people who don't have an anxiety disorder. But if you have an attack, your body cannot exercise and have an anxiety attack at the same time. It is physically impossible because, as we know, an anxiety attack is an adrenaline dump. If you exercise and you use up all that adrenaline, your body doesn't suffer the symptoms of that anxiety attack, or you can quell the symptoms very, very quickly. You're welcome. If it afford to get a new one, I would get it. That's kind of where I'm headed, Seventh Son, is just going ahead and getting a new one. But I'm going to have to save money for that. I've only got really enough to buy the kit and the battery, so it won't take me long. But I sure do feel trapped. Good Lord, I feel trapped. I feel like I can't leave the yard. I'm like in almost, what do you call it? When you get arrested, but you have house arrest. I don't have no sense, y'all. In Alberta, the government did a policy called red tape reduction, safety standard. Oh, I see. Well, maybe they were somewhat at fault. Yeah. You're at your mom's house, already in bed. Oh, that's all right, Marcel. I understand. I ought to be in bed, but I took a pretty long nap today, and yeah, here I am. You know how I am. Joe, you were diagnosed in May of 2006, 5 months before I got my new job where I am now. Yeah, it can last a long time, can't it? And once your body knows how to do that, the anxiety stuff, I don't think it ever forgets. And that's a shame because little things can set you off, you know. Also, the government changed accreditation standards needed to become a daycare employee. They lowered them. Oh my goodness. I wonder if they, you know, I don't know. I get what you're saying, though. I do. I have to go hunt me down some pieces of an Australian native succulent called pig face. I'd love to try some as food. Oh, you gonna make me have to Google that, or are you gonna tell me what that is? Is it a weed, or you said it's a succulent, but does it grow wild? Is what I mean. And what is it known to do? Is it known for fixing anxiety problems, or at least helping? That is good information. Exercise helps. Thank you very much. You know, you're going to have to do like 100 jumping jacks and just count because the counting helps too. Just saying. I missed it. What happened? Yes, my dang tricycle's broken for good. It is out of the actual bike itself. You know, the frame and the wheels and all are fine. It's the electronics that are they're screwed up. They're screwed up. And now I got to get a new one. Almost 400. Oh my God. Dwayne, that's horrible. That's a real serious outbreak. I mean, serious. Hey, DJ, how are you doing tonight, honey? Dwayne, which part did you never hear of? I'm sorry, I'm getting lost, and I apologize for that. Um, it is awful, isn't it, Marcel? I don't think I've ever heard of that many people being infected with E. coli all at one time. Y'all, I'm going to turn this light on. There, that's better. Now I can turn this dang crazy light off. No, I can't. It's a succulent. It can grow wild. No, it's actually edible. The entire plant is edible. Flowers, leaves, and stems. I'm looking at some off a dirt mound at a local retirement home. Okay. Okay. Try it as a calming agent. Sounds great to me. Terry, hi, how are you? Did Gary end his stream already? Just curious. Look at here, we got 7 folks in here already. I can't hardly get over that. Marcel, what are you doing down there visiting mom? Are you taking the kids to any places, or doing some fun stuff, or just visiting? Oh, a couple of hours ago. Oh. I was in, I was out. Isn't that funny how people that let's say you go into a random live stream that you've never been in before. And invariably, you will run into somebody that's kind of in your circle. And I think it's pretty darn cool. DJ says, I'm good, just working on a script for my podcast later today or tomorrow. Okay. One of my great nieces, her first birthday party. Wow, has it been a year? Jeez. The time's just flying, isn't it? It hang on one second. I got to let my dog out, okay? Come on. All of a sudden now you want to go out. I bet she is a cutie. Oh, I bet she is. Anyhow, I thought that was really interesting about how circles of people meet up all over in different places on on YouTube. Let's see. Let's see. I posted pics on my Facebook. I will go look at those. Thank you. I do like wild edibles. I had wild berries, a hazelnut bush, and wild mushrooms when I was younger. They were on the farm. How cool is that? Dwayne, I was just, you know what? At first I thought Joe was saying that, and I was thinking in my head, man, you and Dwayne would be buddies. Your stepsister got married today. Congratulations, Terry and his stepsister. Look, all babies are cute after they're about 3 months old. when my oldest daughter was born, that's when I realized that not all babies were beautiful. Of course, I thought my baby was beautiful, but honestly, newborn babies kind of look like lizards. I'm just saying. It's a good thing that we're mothers, because if we look at them and we're not a mother, we go, where'd that lizard come from? At Twain, I always knew pig face was edible, but I don't get enough time to get some. Okay. The ironic part is all 6 species of pig face are. Well, that's interesting. You know what? I've been out cleaning my garden out for the past few days, and last year I had stink horns come up, the red ones that look like fingers coming up out of the ground, and it was cooler weather when that happened. And we've gotten cooled off here, probably about 10 degrees in the past week or so. We haven't gotten too much over 88, 89 degrees Fahrenheit. And, you know, every time I go out there, I'm scared to death I'm going to see those alien fingers coming up out of the ground. I don't want to see them this year. I don't want to smell them, and I don't want to see them. Though I know their purpose. Their purpose is really to, you know, decay all the organic matter. So basically, when you have strange fungi or mushrooms in your garden, it means that you have a healthy garden. Oh no, Dwayne, that's terrible. What's on fire now? I haven't watched the news. I should. I really should. Just so I don't have to look ignorant when I come on here and y'all talk about stuff. Usually I have a handle on things, but like I said, I haven't had a lot of energy, and I've been sleeping a whole lot, and during the day, of course, not at night. And then I just haven't been interested in a whole lot. I know there's some people I didn't think I would run into. I can say there's a few people. Wait a minute. I can say there's a few people I didn't expect to run into on it. Right. I totally get that, DJ. Okay, you talking to Dwayne. Terry, I feel fine, really. I'm just still really tired, and my taste buds haven't come back to normal yet. But other than that, I am fine. I have to take more breaks in between doing things. And I honestly didn't think I was that sick in the beginning, but well, I did lose my voice for about a week. I ran a fever for about a week. And then I started getting better a little bit every day. But like I said, I still just am tired, just tired. The last time I had it, it took me about 6 weeks to feel 100% again. Thank you, Joe. It does. You could actually hear me. Yeah, it was. It was. My son brought it home to me. Oh my gosh, y'all. This is crazy. This is so crazy. Our high school football team won their first game of the season last night. Actually, they won their first game of the last 3 seasons last night. Let me tell you what, I wished I'd have been at that game. It was an away game. They won away. It was in Purvis, Mississippi. And of course, my son's in the band, so he was there, and we were waiting up for him to come home. That's the first thing he said when he walked in the door. I said, "Hey, son, how was your evening?" And he said, "We won. We won." I said, "Well, that's just wonderful." Now he has the experience of being in the band when the football team actually wins. Hi, Tales Told in the Dark. Ooh, I like your name. I like that. Is it supposed to be? Are you like a spooky channel? Tell us what you do on your channel, because I'm curious if it's a spooky thing or if it's like catching people in dishonesty, mistruths and stuff. Listen to me. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid and calling it mistruth instead of a lie. It is. It's, I hope they would. We went to the game last weekend, not this past Friday, but the one before. And we were there and we stayed for the whole game. The first 3 quarters we were winning, and I was in shock. I was totally in shock. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe it was a good game too." All the plays and all that stuff. It was great. And then at the very last quarter, the other team got like 3 touchdowns ahead of them. I think they just got tired, honestly. Oh, you narrate spooky. Oh, I got to go check your channel out. Somebody drop. Let's see. Where's my moderators? DJ or Marcel? Would y'all please drop Tales Told in the Dark, the link in the chat? Joe said the police here in my area of NSW, something South Wales, no, New South Wales, anyhow, it's in Australia, had to close the main highway out of town the other day due to a police operation investigating a fatal accident earlier in the year. They do that here occasionally too. They'll close down a strip so they can investigate and kind of recreate what they think might have happened. It's always interesting when they do stuff like, well, it backs up traffic and makes everybody mad, but then when you learn later what happened, it does get. Thank you, DJ. Thank you very much. And yeah. Y'all go ahead and check out Tales Told in the Dark's channel if you're in the mood for some spooky stuff. And it's almost Halloween, y'all. And I don't think I'm participating this year. My boy's 15. I don't know if he's going to want to go trick-or-treating. Now, I went trick-or-treating when I was a kid till I was 19. True story. And actually, Violet, she went trick-or-treating with us last year. She was 17. But my daughter is having a shindig at her house between her and a couple of her neighbors. They always decorate their yards together for Halloween, and they have a whole bunch of food, including the treats for the kids. And so usually what we'll do is we'll take the kids over there after they're done trick-or-treating. But I think this year I just want to go straight over there. And maybe if Murphy wants to trick-or-treat, he can go trick-or-treat in her neighborhood instead of ours. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate that. Let's see. New South Wales. I knew I was close. I knew I was. He did, didn't he? He's good at that, seventh son. He's right on everything. DJ, he said, "You're so fast, you got it up before she asked." I'm sorry, I'm so running behind in the I trick-or-treated till 19. We love Halloween in this house. All of my kids, I got 7 kids, and all of them love Halloween. Your youngest is 14, and oh, she won't. She said she won't this year. Is that what you mean? Oh no, my son really likes his candy, so I don't know. Yo, this camera feels too high. There. Is that better? Yes, it is. Um, I'm gonna go. Oh, I'm trying to learn how to talk into the camera, but look at my channel on my computer so I can keep up with all the comments. And I forgot to turn my channel on. I don't have no sense. Um, oh, Dwayne wants to know if you have any favorite horror. Are you asking me or are you asking Tales in the Dark, Dwayne? Or are you asking all of us? My favorite horror movie, I don't really like horror movies that much. When I was a kid, it was Prom Night, which was the stupidest horror movie I ever saw in my whole life. And I laughed all the way through it, especially when they were on the stage and the guy whacked the head off and it went rolling out onto the, yeah, that was hilarious to me because it was just so fakey looking, you know. Um, I got to get on here. Give me 1 second, y'all. I just got to make sure there's no noise coming out of this computer or it's going to, you know, I don't know. Will it do the feedback thing or not? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, now I'm in the chat. Yeehaw. But I think that, oh yeah, Wes Craven movies. You know what? Nightmare on Elm Street still scares the daylights out of me. But the first time I ever saw it, I was so scared I thought I was going to die. That movie really, really got to me. I think a lot of my favorites are the old ones back from when I was a kid, like, you know, Jason movies and, you know, Friday the 13th. But only number 1 through like 49, 50 through 1,000 was just, I'm just making up numbers. Y'all know that. But what I mean is just the first few of them I really liked. And I used to get so mad because Jamie Lee Curtis would always stab him or something and then drop the knife and run. And I'm like, no, that's not how you do it, honey. You chop him up into little pieces and before you put the knife down. I mean, right? Am I right or am I right? But what I love is movies like Hocus Pocus or Halloween Town. Call me a kid. All right. Oh, and I do love vampire movies. Salem's Lot, which is really scary, but I really love those. Any kind of what was the other one? Shoot. Lestat and what was the name of that movie? Y'all, I swear to God, I think I'm going senile. What was the name of that movie? It was a book. Anne Rice. I know one of you knows it. You won't watch Freddy. Freddy Krueger is, Poltergeist. See, now I like movies like that. I do. Halloween. Yep. Child's Play. The old ones. Okay. Yep. I need to quit telling my age so much, don't I? Hey, Rebecca, how are you, hon? Vampire Diaries. You don't like the 4th Halloween Town. I don't know if I've seen that one or not. Of course, I've probably seen them all. I watch them with my kids. My favorite, though, is Hocus Pocus. I just love that. Yeah. Rebecca, what are you up to this evening? I think we're missing a few people in here, aren't we? You know why? I'm going to tell you why we're missing people. We're missing people because I have not been consistent in doing live streams in like the last year. And I need to get my butt in gear, don't I? Marnie isn't played by the same girl. Then I have not seen that one. Oh man. See, I wouldn't even watch it because it would ruin it for me. I do understand though that Marnie probably did grow up and they had to get somebody younger in there to do the thing. Dwayne said, I do like older movies. I saw some movie that had Lee Majors in it. No kidding. Finishing up a hat. I'll be darned. You know what? I bought myself one of those knitting looms like you use with the little flipper thing that I don't know what it's called, but it looks like a hook and you flip it over. And I still haven't taught myself how to do it, but I see you doing it and you're so stinking fast and I admire that. But my daughter wants me to make her not to knit, but to crochet her a blanket. And I'm trying to find some really good purple yarn. It don't have to be cheap, but it has to be super soft and super lightweight. Because my daughter, she stays hot all the time, and I don't want her to cover up with it and then have to throw it off 5 seconds later, you know. Hey, Rudy, how are you? It's good to see you tonight. Thanks for coming in. But I'm going to make myself a hat for wintertime. And I'm going to make the kind with the flaps so that when I get my new bike, I'm going to, I'm not, I didn't know if you wanted me to, DJ. Anyhow, the flaps on it will keep my ears warm. I know Grumpus isn't here and Patrick's not here and there's a few other people that aren't here. Tom's not here. If anybody wants to know this, look, and Tales from the Dark Side, this should make you laugh. The reason DJ loves Halloween so much is because he was born on Halloween. That's his birthday. I love that for him. Practice does make perfect, but I probably just need to sit down and read the directions and start it. That's what I need to do, Rebecca. You know what? Part of the problem is I've been crocheting for nearly 50 years now. It's easy for me. It's fast for me. And it's what I know, right? So picking up a new type of project feels a little intimidating because of that. My brother-in-law was born on October 31st. I'll be darned. I should have had my son on October something. Y'all, I've got five of my 7 children were born between November and January. So the holidays around here are also birthdays. Plus my birthday's around Christmas time, and so is Poppy's. And 2 of our sons-in-law. It's just crazy. I'm always so happy when it's February 2nd, because February 2nd is my anniversary and it's the last holiday that we have to celebrate until June. Or the last birthday, let's put it that way. You have a niece that was born on Halloween. I'll be darned. Do you know DJ is probably the first person in my life I've ever met that had a Halloween birthday. Oh, a great niece. Okay. 8 birthdays in your family in October. I'll be darned. October's got a great birthstone if you're a girl too. It's pink. Or opal. Opal is the official. You love fall. The older I get, the more I love fall. When I was a young person, I did not like fall at all. But there were reasons for that. And now that I'm an adult and, you work through things as you get older, I can appreciate fall for the season that it is. Now, I will say this. I live in South Mississippi, we don't get leaves changing colors. The grass stays green. The trees stay green. We don't really get to have our sweater weather. And that's one thing I miss so much about living in Virginia, because we had all 4 seasons there, and I do miss it a whole bunch, because fall was my favorite in Virginia. They did a lot of festivals, fall festivals in Virginia. They did a lot of outdoor activities, and I love soup. Oh, Lord have mercy. Soup is my favorite food on the planet. Spooky's cooler here in California. We're getting a little cooler, but it ain't here yet. We probably have another 4 weeks of summer weather left. You used to love summer. Okay. See, when I was a kid, I did too, but I can't do that heat anymore. Cannot. The older I get, in fact, I do the cold much better than I do the heat now that I'm old. When I was a kid, it never felt hot to me. I mean, it was warm, but it never never felt hot. Now, God, it's rough down here. You love soup? I know you do, Marcel. I know you love soup. That is, honestly, I could eat soup and salads every day for the rest of my life and not get tired of it, because there's so much variety, in soups and salads. You can make them anyway. You don't care what color your birthstone is, just enjoy. Oh, no. I don't mean that, DJ. And, opals, there's a lore behind opals, that it's bad luck to wear them unless your birthday's in October. So you should get you a little opal pinky ring to wear right there. That's very masculine. I think that would be cool. I might have to get you one. What do you think of that? You know what, Marcel? I made soup tonight. You know what? I wish mine was opal too. I do. But it's not. It's a blue zircon, blue topaz. A lot of people use tanzanite now. Tanzanite's not my favorite. Oh, you're ruby. Hot diggity. So you just had a birthday. Happy birthday. A couple months ago. My daughter loves her birthstone. Her birthday's in August, and it's the prettiest green. It looks like spring green to me. You made potato. Did you really? Marcel said she made potato soup tonight, and that's freaking awesome. Y'all, I'm going to have to do a video on this really easy soup that I make. It's just a noodle soup. There's no meat in it. It's noodles, chicken broth, garlic, a little bit of half and half or heavy cream, and Parmesan cheese. That's it. And it is so good. It is such a comfort food, trust me. In fact, the reason I made it tonight is because my daughter came home from work and she just didn't look like she felt good. And I asked her, I said, honey, what's the matter? She said, my head hurts and I feel sick to my stomach. I said, well, are you hungry? Because a lot of times she won't realize that she hasn't eaten all day until she feels sick. And she said, I don't know. I said, well, go lay down for a little bit. I'll be in there, check on you in a few minutes. And I gave her some Tylenol for her headache. And so she went and laid down. It was about 15 minutes later, she come out here plundering through the pantry. I said, what do you want to eat? She said, I don't know. Well, her go-to is usually cheese quesadillas. That's her go-to quick comfort food. I said, do you want some quesadillas? She said, no. I looked over at her. I said, do you want some of that noodle soup? She goes, now mind you, she's 18. She put on her best 7-year-old sad face and said, will you? I said, go lay down. I'll let you know when it's ready. So I had to mother her just a little bit longer. So I made it for her. It's delicious soup. It really is. I can't wait. In fact, I just might do a video on that this weekend. I'll make another batch of it tomorrow, and she'll eat that too. But you're going to love that. That might be my start back into, kickstarting myself into making videos again. Because I've got to have something. I cannot just let this channel die. I can't, and I won't. But one of the things that I was going to, this is how I found out my bicycle was broken, or my trike. I was going to take my tricycle out, take it downtown, and show video of the restaurants down there. And then I was going to do another video of the park. And I was kind of going to break it up into sections. And then I was going to ride down to the beach and take another video of the beach line and all the stuff down there. And there's not a lot, y'all. I live in a town of 16,000 people. There is not a lot here. And I was going to maybe I've got one of these mounts where I can mount my cell phone right here to my chest. And I could use my my wireless mic to talk while I'm riding my bike, right? So I was just going to point to things and tell everybody what it was and that kind of stuff. I went to get on my bike, and of course, no video because the bike's broken, and yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah. I can't tell you how frustrating that was. But I also thought about going out there and planting some stuff. But you know what's crazy is I hate doing videos of planting anything, because 9 times out of 10, I'm planting seeds. Hey, B&C Gardening. Did I miss anybody? Okay, I don't think so. So what I was going to say is I don't like doing planting videos because all I plant is seeds, and y'all can't see that. I put, what do you call it? Seeds in the brown seeds in the brown ground, cover them up and pat them. And good night, Rebecca. Take care. Thank you so much for coming in tonight. And y'all can't see what I'm doing. And then, it takes a good 2 to 3 weeks for all those seeds to come up and actually look like there's green in the garden bed. And so, that's where I'm at with that. And there's nothing to planting a seed. You just make a trench and throw them in there. 16,000. That's a real jump from the 500 a month. Okay, hang on. I don't know what you're talking about. DJ, help me out. I missed something. What are you talking about, DJ? B&C Gardening, you said, hey, neighbor. And I don't remember where you are. I know you're close to me, right? Rudy, it's 12:53 here. But anyhow, gardening videos are great when there's something to plant. Right now, all I'm doing is some beets, all my root stuff. I'm going to plant a crap ton of sunflowers and hope that I can get some blooms before. We don't usually have our last frost until about the 2nd week of December. Our first frost, excuse me. Yeah, Gulf Shores. I remember now. I do. So anyhow, what I thought is I could plant some fairly quickly blooming sunflowers and get a good rush of sunflowers before Halloween, maybe before Thanksgiving. Oh, you love learning new recipes. Good. Well, Tales Told from the Dark, I have a whole channel full of recipes. A lot of my recipes, honestly, are geared towards eating frugally, cooking from scratch, um, making something out of nothing, pretty much. And that's kind of where I'm going to start gearing my channel very much towards the way that I live every day. It's not, this is my life. I'm not being frugal because it's a cool thing to do. I have lived this way for over 25 years. And I enjoy it. We live very simply. We don't have a lot of brand new cars and big screen TVs and a great big house. And we've done that before, but we're just done. We're done. We're trying to live simply, and basically what we're doing is saving everything that we can for retirement. And as Marcel knows, I do a lot of savings challenges I'll show you my binders here. And what I do, I'm doing a sushi roll challenge right now. And what I do is I roll this, I've got one of these 10-sided dice that has those numbers on it in groups of 10, 10 all the way to 100. And I roll that dice. Today I rolled, well, Friday was payday. I rolled a 30. So I put $30 in the envelope, and I'll do that 16 times over 16 pay periods, and no telling how much money I'll have. Now in this one, this is my little fall challenge, and I put $30 in it this payday. And when it's filled up in 3 more paydays, I'll have $120. So that's kind of what I do. And I do, let's see if I have them in here. And they're not in this one. In order to keep myself safe and not have a whole lot of money hanging out in my house, I have fake $100 bills. And I'm trying to find them so I can show them to you. Here they are. I have fake $100 bills. See how I got washi tape around the edges there? And I decorate them with this tape so I know not to take them to the bank and get arrested, right? For counterfeiting. But I use these $100 bills. I've probably got 100 of them, maybe more. And I use every time I get $100 in an envelope, I take it to the bank and deposit it. But this is a place marker that tells me how much money that I've taken out of that envelope, which really, it works. It works. Works. So that's basically what I've been doing for the last year. And well, January 1st, it will be 2 years since I started doing this. And I have a lot of fun with it. I haven't done a video on it in a while. And that was another thing that I wanted to do a video on at the beginning of October, is I'm going to go through, we get 3 paychecks a month. We get our retirement check from Poppy's military service. And then we get 2 checks from his job every month. This month, it's a 3 payday month, but that only happens twice a year, right? So on the 1st of every month, I pay all of our bills, every single bill we have. And I have paid off a lot of bills so that we can pay all of our bills in that one paycheck. It took me a long time to do that, almost 2 years. So basically his paychecks from his job fund my little games, and our groceries and our gas, driving here and there. And that's it. Yeah, that's it. I put $30 a payday into a high interest savings account that gets, like, right now it's getting 5.3% interest. If you guys are interested, it's a Marcus account with Goldman Sachs. And all you have to do is type in Marcus. Let me see. Let me see if it's Marcus Goldman Sachs. And basically, the reason I'm getting 5.3% interest right now is that I turned my son on to open an account with them. It normally gets 4.3%, but because he used my link to open the account, I'm getting an extra 1 point for 3 months. So if you guys are interested, hit me up, send me an email at Gulf Coast Granny, or you can DM me on Instagram, and I will send you a link and you can do it. They only let you, and you can do the same thing yourself once you get an account with them. You can send invites to people that you know that need savings account that pay more than 0.002%, you know, and you can get the benefit of an extra interest rate point for 3 months, and they'll let you do that 5 times a year. I don't know how they figured out that 5 times a year is 5 quarters, not 4. Does that make sense? I don't know how they do it, because they give you the interest rate for a quarter, a whole quarter. And I don't see them doubling the interest. Like, let's say I got 2 people to sign up for an account at the same time. They're not going to give me 6.3%. I don't think. Anyhow, I don't know how it all works, but if you're interested, let me know. And I will definitely hook you up. You know what I might do? I might just put because a lot of people do this. In their description, they'll have a link to their whatever they're telling people about. So maybe I'll do that, and I'll just leave my my referral link in the thing after this video, because I intend to do more of them about that. In fact, I wanted to do a video on that account and tell people about it, because you know what? There is no sense if you're trying to save a little bit of the money that I put in that account is my emergency fund. So I'm not messing with it, but I need to have access to it quickly if we have an emergency, right? So I don't need to put it in investments or anything like that. So I just keep it in a high interest account so it can earn some more for me. Hi, Jason. How are you doing tonight? Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with us. I'm sorry, I got behind on chat because I was talking too much. Oh, Dwayne said I got change not long ago after making a purchase. I got a 1947 Canadian nickel. Get out of here, Dwayne. That's crazy. You just can't find that kind of stuff around. Well, I guess you can, but there are far and few between anymore, because people in the U.S. are just taking all these coins and hoarding them, because before 1966, I believe, they were made with silver, real silver. And so after that, they quit, I believe. I think it was 66. And they started putting other, like nickel now is not made out of nickel or silver. It's made out of other alloys. But anyhow, so yeah, that my channel is basically, let me get back to what I was saying, about how to be frugal and just living the life. And, you know, one thing that I've learned throughout my lifetime is that your expectations don't always have to be way up here to be happy and to be content. And you don't have to have all of the latest things and keep up with the Joneses to be happy and content. And because I couldn't be any happier. What did you say, seventh son? If you were twins? That's what he said to me earlier. And that's true. I couldn't be any happier if I was twins. So, and a lot of that is just letting things go, you know, let it go. So what if I don't have the Lincoln Nautilus that I want? I have a car that gets me from point A to point B, and I have air conditioning that works and 4 wheels that rotate, and that is fine with me. Actually, we have a 1999 Mitsubishi Eclipse. And I hate that car because it sits so low to the ground that it's hard for me to get in and out of it. And then we have a Ford F-150. I think it's a 2006. 2007, something like that. Oh, and Violet has a 2006 HHR, Chevy HHR. And I will tell you something. If you get a used car and you pay cash for it, there is nothing in the world any better than not having a car payment. That, to me, is heaven. That's heaven to me. You have a collection of old coins. I even have American state quarters before 68. Canadian dimes and quarters were made of silver. Okay, maybe it was 68 here too. I'm not sure, but I know it was in that range. Oh, not having a car payment is nectar of the gods. And we haven't had a car payment since 2009. 2009. That's a long time. We became debt free in 2010. And I have done everything in my power to make sure we stay that way. Now, I will say, not being able to drive myself, we really don't need that many cars. My daughter does need the HHR we bought when my daughter was 3 or 4 months old. We drove that car everywhere. And then when we got the truck, we stopped driving that car. And I guess it was probably about 2 years before we gave it to her when she was 17 so that she could drive back and forth to school, back and forth to work. So basically, we just gave her the car. It's still in our name, but it's her car. American quarters are layered. Yes, they are. A lot of mixed metals, I think. I don't know how many, to be honest. But let me see. I keep all my chains in here. It's not much in here right now. I just rolled up a whole lot and took it to the bank. But yeah, there's a darker, I know it's not focusing. Well, it just don't want to focus. Look here, y'all. I got me a Google Pixel 7 because I thought it was going to have a better camera on it than my last phone. I guess you can see the split in the center. But anyhow, it's kind of a coppery color on one side, or one edge, and then halfway through it's a silvery color. Yeah, I think it is copper. But now I think it's very cool that they started back when I was a kid. This is what a quarter looked like. Let's see, what year is this one? This is an 88. So we had Washington on the front, and of course we had the eagle on the back. That's all before they started messing with quarters, that's what a quarter looked like. And then I don't know what year it was, they started putting the states on the backs of the quarters. So you'd have Washington on the front, and then there's Alaska there on the back. Some of them are easier to see than others. There's the bear. Y'all, I would pick up the one with the bear on it. Y'all know I'm scared to death of bears. But I think it's interesting that they put all the states on there, and I like it. I like it. Some people had a problem with it. I didn't. I wish that, let me tell you what, Dwayne, Canada has some of the most beautiful paper money I think I've ever seen. It's colorful. It's got that pretty little foil thing in it. If I remember correctly, don't y'all have clear spots in yours that you can see through it? Or is that, it could be the UK. I watch a lot of budgeting channels, and some of the people that I watch are in different countries. Some of them are Canadian, some of them are Australian, some of them are in the UK. I think that's about it because, well, I have to watch English speaking people do it because I don't speak I understand English speakers. You have quarters from Tennessee and other states. Good. Well, if you're missing any, let me know. Maybe I can send you some. I don't know. Would they let me do that? You need to be quiet in there, kitty cat. Y'all, my daughter's cat has become so needy in the past week or so. And about this time of night, she will, do you hear her crying? I don't know what she wants. It has a hologram and clear spots. It's to prevent counterfeiting. Okay. Well, you know, our money just is drab and got that weird green gray look to it. And I just think they could jazz it up a little bit. It would be a whole lot more exciting to me. Because, I mean, like, look at this. Ugh. And then it's green on the back. And I'm sure you know what they look like, but to me, it's just so drab and boring. I guess I shouldn't complain. Anyhow. So what's everybody's plans for the holiday season? I think I'm going back to my parents' house at Christmas time in Georgia. And I was going to go for Thanksgiving, but then they came to visit me over the summer. And I thought, well, that would be kind of soon. Why don't we do it after Christmas? And we could spend a whole week there instead of just 4 days. So I think that's what we're going to do. So between Christmas and New Year, actually, what we'll probably do is leave on the 30th of December to come back home so we don't have to fight a whole bunch of traffic. Because, you know, once the New Year rolls around, the 31st, everybody starts headed back so they can go to work and party or whatever they're going to do. So, yeah, we probably need to leave on the 30th. My birthday's the 29th, so I'm saying through the 29th, definitely. Years ago, someone was counterfeiting Canadian $1 coins. No kidding. The coin was introduced because of bus fare machines got clogged with bills. Okay. Oh, well, that's interesting. I think we've always had a $1 coin. Yeah, the bus fare box. I got it. We have a coin that has Sacagawea on it. I think it's Sacagawea. I forget what she did, to be honest with you. She was a Native American that did something. I have this one. See that? Wait a minute. That's not Sacagawea. Who was that? James Buchanan, one of our presidents from 1,000 years ago. And the Statue of Liberty is on the other side. But these are a gold color, and they're really pretty to me. But honestly, they're not very much in circulation. The main place you can get them that I know of is at the post office. Don't ask me why. But the post office has lots of them. And they'll give you change. The machines, like if you put $20 in the machine and you want a $10 book of stamps, it'll give you 10 of these in return. Let's see, we've got, they're changing them up. We've got Ulysses S. Grant. We've got Joan, somebody. I can't read that very well. And William Henry Harrison. So I guess they're presidents. That can't be Joan. That has to be John. John Tyler. Of course it is. He was a president too, Dwayne. I forget. I think number before 10. Before number 10, I think. 10th president. Look at there. Go me. Go me. That is 11th grade history for you. See, we had to learn the presidents when we were in like 3rd and 4th grade, something like that. But when I got to 11th grade, I had a history teacher, American history. We had to take that for 11th grade history. And not only did he make us learn every detail of the war between the states, or the Civil War, as you would call it, he made us memorize all the presidents, what they were known for, when they served. It was insane. And I remember little snippets. America had its bicentennial in. Yes, it did. 1770 or 1976. I was in the 5th grade. Gosh, that's a long time ago. I was in the 5th grade, and our school, the elementary school that we went to, did a time capsule. And we were supposed to bring in something that was important to us to some degree, that represented the decade of like the 70s. And I forget what I took in there, but everybody was going to put something in the time capsule, and we did. And they were going to dig it up in the year 2000. Well, they didn't get to, because some vandal went and dug it up and took off with all the contents. So who knows what happened. It's kind of sad that they didn't get to ceremoniously dig it up and, have a good look back. But they didn't. Such a shame. But anyhow, guys, I'm going to end this live stream tonight. I want to try to get some sleep and not do a whole 5-hour live stream again, okay? So, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I appreciate you so much. And Canada turned 100 in 1967. I'll be darned. I did not know that. Anyhow, thank you. I will see you again really soon. And Marcel, look for that recipe. Good night, Tales Told in the Dark. I'm going to take a look at your channel in just a minute, and I'm going to subscribe. Take care. Good night, everybody.